Namaste, good evening, vanakkam, vandanam, namaskaram, kemcho, majama, eppadi irukeenga? Now, number of languages that probably I can touch upon. I hope all of you are doing well today, this evening in India, of course. And we are here today on the eve of ALERTATHON 2021. 3 weeks back, I think we sort of came online to talk to you and say that yes, this year we are going on. The ALERTATHON 2021 is on. There were a lot of people reaching out and asking us what's happening. Isn't the seventh edition happening? Right? And after the sixth edition, where ALERTATHON took a totally new avatar, right? It totally went virtual. And what used to be a physical event only in Chennai, the pandemic opened up the opportunity to go virtual, and therefore, we just simply went global. With that, the message has also gone global. Alert's message of saving lives, and here we are today, all set, celebrating with you the eve of ALERTATHON 2021. And I think a lot of exciting things happened in the last 3 weeks. So today we're going to sort of rush through, give you a rush of the 3 weeks, what happened. And I've got some very special people, wonderful people with me here, representing the globe, sort of joining us through the ALERTATHON 2021 this evening. So very quickly, I'm going to go around robin and introduce to you a few of them as you see them join me on the screen. Let me start off always from the right corner of the world, right? So all the way from the land of rising sun, we have Natarajan, Sam.
Hi.
Welcome on the show, Nata. Good to have you here.
Thanks for it.
Good to have you here. Great to see you and good to have you here. And before we land here in India, let's go straight to the west extreme. We have with us Sundar. Hi, Sundar from the Bay Area, USA. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, not too far, but always very close. Right from Bangalore, we have Mike Murali joining us. Hi, Mike. Welcome. Vanakkam. And back to Alert family. We have with us.
Excited and happy.
With us. Awesome. Thanks for joining. And we have our chairman, Mike Murali, right here. Now, we're coming back to Chennai. Mike Murali, the chairman of Alert, joining us. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Kala. Kala joining us again here from Chennai. And I wish the event director was much closer, but then nevertheless, not too far once again in Bangalore. Coach K, welcome. Fantastic. So I'm going to sort of open this up, and it's a mini curtain riser, right? A mini curtain riser. Everything seems to have gone virtual, so why not raise the curtains also virtually? And that's why we are here today, this evening. Of course, evening here, and then Nata. I don't know. Probably it is way too early in the morning. Is that right?
No. It's 3.5 hours. I'm ahead of you. Like it's 15 now.
You are ahead of us. Yeah, you're ahead of us, right. And then Sundar is way behind us. Right? So wonderful. So let us get started. I'm going to take a few minutes here to sort of the entire concept of ALERTATHON, the encouraging people to get on to this pledge of saving lives in the context of the cause that Alert is here to serve. I'm going to request for Kala and Mike to come in here to just throw some light a little bit on the cause itself. There are just two watchwords, ALERTATHON, and right underneath ALERTATHON, you see save and you see lives, right? We will start from there. Then we'll come down to the brass tacks. We'll talk about the event. We'll talk about some of the exciting things that are happening, what each one of us are going to do. And as people are watching us, I know they have been making plans as to what's to be done in the next 2-3 days, whether they would cycle, whether they would run, whether they would walk or whether they would run. So let me bring in Mike here first. Mike, save lives. What is that? What is that message all about for ALERTATHON?
Yeah, I think save lives couldn't have been done better over the last probably year and a half. We have seen what really lives, how much it matters, and with so much of things happening around the pandemic. But then I think we really started valuing lives. Till then, I think we didn't realize really what it was, or at least we thought it was not for me, always. Like it was happening somewhere and I'm not associated with that. And things came a little closer. But the impact it made on all of us is that, yes, lives are much more worthy than ever before from what we can at least see. And so whether pandemic or probably, hopefully it's the endemic stage right now, going forward, I think all of us will be much more conscious, much more responsible, much more accountable to save lives around us. And Alertathon, coming to that, the the event in itself is only a vehicle. The cause is the real, what do you call, the hero of the whole story. And while we have been repeating that many times, while for the last 1.5 years we've had mostly it's virtual, I think only thing is I would again utter that by 2025, hello high water, we must have 100 crore people, 1 crore people who are trained on the skills and the uh, inner call of the compassion to help when there is a need to save a life. And I'm definitely extremely happy that Nata Hassan, Mike Murli right here, and on the other corner Sundar, three people who have actually understood the cause and are with us today. I think that's most important. And of course, they are fitness lovers, and that's another thing. That adds to the whole flavor of Alertathon. My prayers and best wishes to the event director K for getting these next 2 days very well. And thanks again to our global ambassadors. And over to you, Kala.
Yeah. So again, a big hello to Global Voice ambassadors who have joined us today, Nata, Sundar, and Mike. Thank you so much for joining us today, in spite of the weird hours that we are all logging in from, like Japan and US, and of course Bangalore is. For us, it's all the same time. Thank you once again for joining us, and thanks to Coach K, event director, who's been masterminding and designing this whole event the last few weeks. I mean, if I have to look back at this last 3 weeks, it has been like a dream, because it was just about 3 weeks back when we all got together. I think at least the 4 of us, Mike, Rajesh, and Coach K, we had got into the same similar discussion and how we wanted to take this forward. And 3 weeks has just zipped past, right? And without the support of all our Global Voice ambassadors and all the running groups, the corporates, everybody who have come together for this event, we wouldn't have been today. Like, this event we have already crossed 1,500, 1,700. We are closing on 2,000 participants, which is like just about 3 weeks time, which is like absolutely a revelation even for us, because usually the run up to an event is about 3 months or 2 months or at times even 6 months, and here we are, like just with three weeks time, we have a phenomenal support and registration from all over the world. And this only actually brings up the point that irrespective of where the people are, irrespective of what they are doing and which company or which running group, everybody have come to this one single cause, that is about saving lives. And my heartfelt thanks for coming together for this. And what better day can we think of for this curtain raiser? Today the world is celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi, and as we all know, Ganesh Chaturthi, Lord Ganesha is known as the Lord who removes the obstacles. And of course, this 3 weeks, all obstacles have been removed, and he's also the Lord of strength and endurance. And who better can bless us for this endurance bit. So looking forward for the next 2 days, it is going to be fun, and let's rock. Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. A couple of exciting things. I just asked for, could you say something about 2 words, save lives? And I already see there was so much coming out. One definite takeaway, and our chairman never loses an opportunity to remind us that 1 crore is what we need to hit. And what gives us the audacity to think that it is possible? The fashion in which Alertathon is happening. 3 weeks time, we're getting so much support, and then there are so many good people out there who are ready to pledge pledge themselves to the cause. Why not? Now we can dream of ensuring that we can reach those targets, and they're not very unreachable. Thanks for that, and Kala for throwing light into. Of course, I love this thought about endurance. Next 2 days, a lot of hurdles could be there. Lord Ganesha is with us. Let's just get over it. Finish your 10Ks, 12Ks, 50Ks, free format. Just do whatever you want. Accumulate miles so that we could we can let the message out loud and clear to the world. Okay, so let me quickly move on to again the Far East. Nata, welcome to our viewers who are joining us and joining us. As you see on the social media, viewers who are joining us. There are Alert is where it is today, and Alert is daring to go after this dream of one in every family, as given by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, because of the support of so many people. Right. One such we have here is Nata, all the way from Japan. Just a very brief introduction. Nata was, in his previous stint, was a co-found this organization called InfoView, and had a very very successful stint, inspiring more youngsters to get onto this field and see success in life, bringing in people from tier 2 cities and showing them how to build a career and stuff like that. And with that success behind him, he has moved on to this next venture, a new startup called Waken Technologies. Weekend Technologies or Waken Technologies, right?
Yeah.
And Nata, as a leader, one leader from the industry, and two, as a global voice ambassador to people who are not initiated yet to what is a voice. Voice stands for volunteer in case of emergency. And as a global voice ambassador who believes in this cause, I'm going to first probably just turn the table around to you to ask, what does fitness, health, and all of this mean to a leader, right? Somebody, to anybody who wants to become a leader, right? The health and fitness is something that's at the core of it. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, exactly. So this is very interesting, Rajesh. So the fitness is very, very important for, whether you are a leader or, like if you are a, like a follower on, irrespective of that, you have to be fit enough to, like encourage your team members. And also like you are going to have a lot of stress on your work also, definitely, yes. And this exercises and all this, fitness is very much needed for, like for the enthusiastic, and then you have to make your team, follow you, and you have to be more energetic every day, isn't it? Like it's going to be like, and that too during this pandemic time, every day it's we are sitting at home and we are doing a lot of our work virtually, and everything is happening, web meetings and everything is happening virtual meetings. So during this time, definitely this fitness is very much needed, and we always encourage our own team members and also my employees. And what we do is like we always ask the coach and always the mentors to come and talk about this fitness, and they do a lot of teachings also, and the coach and everything is happening inside the organization. This is very much needed, whether you are a leader or not. Definitely, fitness is very much needed for us.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing that, Nata. And I'm going to also ask you, you've been living in Japan for quite a while now, right? And you also sort of know the mission that Alert is after in terms of saving lives, right? And there are many things that we can pick up from, a place like Japan in terms of how sensitive they are to, to people around. If you take a simple note, the traffic on the road, or if you can simply take so many good practices, pedestrian, the respect for pedestrians on the road and stuff like that, right? If there were like one or two things that you think we should adopt here in India and take that as a lesson from somewhere in Japan in terms of, going a long way in saving lives, what could that be?
See, this is like a highly disciplined, as you said, like Japan is a highly disciplined society, and like hygienic society also, definitely, yes. And as you know, like a Japanese, the average life expectancy, I can say, like even for men it is 82 years old, and for women it is 84 years. So that means, like that's the average life expectancy. So even most of the people are crossing 100 here in Japan. That's because of the, of course, it's definitely the food habit is also very much there, and also they're all fitness freaks. That's what I always say. So they start this fitness, or they start all these activities from the school onwards. Okay, so they do all these activities from the school, and then they do, like most of the Japanese are really, and they always take this very seriously and then take it. Yeah, that's why I see this one definitely we have to learn from Japan, and I want to like tell this to all people around the globe. We have to follow certain disciplines like what Japanese are following here in Japan.
Fantastic. I'm so glad.
In fact, I definitely keep in mind that Nata wants to, what you call, evangelize the idea to his native place. I think that's something which we will keep it in mind, and probably going forward, when the things improve from social meetings, I think we should do it in that part of the state.
Certainly, yeah. And you have been always so passionate about giving back to your here, and specifically, where you come from in the Tiruchi region, and then, and then that's beautiful, and that inspires us. And we could bring back some best practices that are there elsewhere, and then make those possible in India as well. Okay, that's fantastic. I'm going to probably move to the west here, and then bring in our dear friend Sundar. Sundar is a senior vice president from Bhavan Cybertech from the Bay Area, and we got introduced quite recently, and that's been the beauty of ALERTATHON, right? And people not thinking twice to sign up to say, you know what, this is something which is going to touch so many lives, and I am signing up for it. And Sundar is one such. Thank you so much, Sundar, for this great support from you, from where you are. And and I also know that the drive that you conducted ensured that a lot of participants from DCT signed up for this program, and that's fantastic. And big thumbs up to you for that. Right. So and I think the last time we spoke, you said you got onto a call right after you were finishing 10 kilometers, and that looked like a warm up for you, right? So what does all this mean to you? Why so much focus on keeping yourself fit and staying healthy? And how do you think this contributes overall to people's life itself?
Rajesh, thank you. Good morning, good evening, and happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everybody. And first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to be the Global Voice Ambassador for Alert. As you said, I just came to know about it a couple of days ago. It is not something new I'm going to do. It is going to be something as a continuation of what I've been involved in for quite some time in many channels. And this is a great opportunity. I wish I had known about this entity several years ago, but never late. To your question on fitness, there's one golden word that says that your body is the only place you can live, nobody else. And you better take care of that, right? So when you take care of your bodies, you can take care of everybody else around you. And save life as a mission of Alert says it all. We all have one life, and life is so precious. I've been in situations throughout my life where I wish I was there for someone, right? And I've got near and dear ones, loved ones. There's a whole lot of situations we have been through wherever we are, whether it is east, west, wherever we are. Sometimes you wish you were there for somebody, right? And it's not about the police or the fire or the government being there. They cannot be out there all the time for everybody. And we are living in a world with almost 8 billion population. And the only thing we have around us is people all the time. It's important to understand and learn the emergency response skills, and so that you can save someone in the need of the hour. And that is a very powerful, profound situation. Many people don't understand, unfortunately. And skills, imparting the skills to everybody, like breathing, like eating, in my opinion, learning the emergency response is absolutely mandatory for every human being on the earth. Not just humans. You can save animals, you can save humans, you can save any living being as long as you can be there around. So I've been part of this. I've been into this situation for many years throughout the life. And this is the greatest opportunity. I'm so happy to be part of this team. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot, Sundar. Means a lot to us. Your support means a lot. And I think you nailed it in terms of, telling us how important it is. The body is the place where you can live. And if that's not okay, what else will be okay? That's fantastic. I'm so glad that ALERTATHON as a platform is able to bring all of these converge in one place and send out a message very strongly to the community that, while you can run, you can walk, you can ride, keep yourself fit, but then that's as much close you can get to being alive. Ask any one of them, and they tell you, there's so many other global voice ambassadors, and they'll tell you that at the end of, let's say, somebody just finishes a 21-kilometer half marathon, and when the blood throbs through the body, right, they come very close to what being alive means, right? So many of them have experienced it, and that's what they are telling us. Now, in between all of this, ALERTATHON is not, while it is conveying a lot of good message, and it's an intrinsic, strong message to the whole thing. There is fitness, there is endurance, challenging yourself. Though it is not a race, it is also about, getting over, whatever inhibitions you have. End of the day, you can relate that to the inhibitions you have to save lives. That's also all about mindset, right? Just as it is to get yourself endured. ALERTATHON is also about a lot of fun, and who else can be can we talk to when it comes to fun other than my friend here, the Global Voice Ambassador, and a designation that probably the whole world will be envious about. He's called the Chief Fun Officer of Capgemini, right? And a senior director from Capgemini. More than all of that, a wonderful human being. And I can go on and on and on. Mike, over to you as to how is ALERTATHON fitting into this whole thing, and where does fun come here?
You're on mute, I guess.
Mike, you're on mute. Okay, so I think there's some technical glitch there. Mike has just stepped out for a second, and he's going to be back in, right? And that's everything about emergencies, right? It just happens. When it happens, you got to respond. You got to respond in the best way possible, right? So I'm going to. Okay, that's a lot of food for thought and food for the soul. Let's wait for some food for fun once Mike comes back. Oh, there he is. Still can't hear you, Mike.
Muted.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Lovely.
Thumbs
So
up.
this is about Murphy's Law. Whenever you start saying good things about me, my system logs off. So it is okay, but I'll see the recording to hear what are the good things that you said about me. Fun is not something that we do apart from work, right? Fun is something that is an essential part of work. Likewise, fun and fitness are not something that we do apart from life. Fun has to be an essential part of life. Fitness has to be an essential part of life. So being a Global Voice Ambassador and being associated with ALERTATHON to begin with, I believe it's a great story to be told the world, because I believe our children need to be taught at school and college level about multiple other things apart from the textbook. This includes fitness, this includes happiness, gratitude, this includes joy of giving, and more importantly, and most important of all, the vision, this should include emergency response as well. Because both fitness, over the last decade, if you've seen, fitness has been looked at something as a, oh, good to have kind of a synergy, to today that, 20 years back, the guys in the 50s were looking at walking on Basin Nagar and all that stuff for fitness. Then it came to the guys in the 40s who started participating in the marathon revolution, as we call it. But today, the 20s and the 18s are starting to sweat it out and try and make time for fitness, which is very, very essential as a part of their day-to-day life. It is not something that you look forward to the weekend. Just like how fun is, right? You can't look forward to fun in the weekend. It has to be every day. Like that, for me, the perspective that connects ALERTATHON and Alert is like fitness, which is going to be an everyday affair for everybody. I believe emergency response has to be taught at a school and college level, and it has to be a must to have for any individual, whatsoever age they are. It will give you wings, it will give you a superpower, and it's for everybody, irrespective of your age, designation, wherever you are. This is a skill that all of us need to possess, because we have the power to save a life in case of emergency, which is phenomenal. So that ambition that Mike set for 1 crore is actually lesser. I think so. We should go for gold. We should make this a movement. And while ALERTATHON is a great feed, ALERTATHON is a great way of life to try and communicate this to the people. The larger hero should be that emergency response should be a movement, and ALERTATHON is one of the most important steps towards that. I take great pride in participating, and I take great pride in contributing and voicing this out. That voice is the term for the future, and everybody deserves to be a voice, to be heard, and to be felt as well. So thank you for bringing me on. Thank you for this privilege to be associated with both ALERTATHON and Alert. And I look forward to contributing to make Alert a movement in every sphere possible, and to make emergency response a must to have for every individual whatsoever. Thank you.
That's fantastic. It was like, I sort of had an array of bullets hitting me, but all good ones. Fantastic, Mike. Great to have you here. And
Always
viewers, like, we have 3 of our Global Voice Ambassadors here, and likewise there are like 40 plus Global Voice Ambassadors who are, taking this message on, and they are like pledging their support from where they are and becoming the voice of Alert, and taking this message as well. So kudos through this show. I also want to give my hats off and kudos to all the Global Voice Ambassadors who are started supporting us through ALERTATHON and beyond ALERTATHON and things like that, right? So let's shift some focus now to this event is not possible. This event has been possible so far, and it's not possible without everything good needs a director, right? So the event ALERTATHON also not just has an event director, but somebody who is so passionate about saving lives, who is so passionate about safety in the whole run. And when I say the whole run, I really mean it. Now, this man literally did 42 weekends of 42-kilometer runs in 42 different places every weekend, right? And that's how crazy this man was. But that was his commitment to the cause of saving lives, right? Anyway, it's such a pleasure to have with us again today with the Coach K, our event director, who is driving this whole affair and putting all the puzzle pieces together to make ALERTATHON possible. And this year too, it's been a lot of discovery in the last 3 weeks to sort of weave our way through ALERTATHON. So, Coach, I'm going to sort of turn to you for some, the last 3 weeks. It's been like a roller coaster ride for all of us, right? So though Kala sort of gave away some numbers, always she's out of the books. Can you talk to us about where are we hitting? How many participants are there? How many countries we are having representations from? So on and so forth. So over to you. It's a free format.
You're muted, Kate.
You're still on mute, Coach.
Not yet.
Like the Indians. It's like that Indian scooter. I think everybody needs to go out and then come back in. Oh yeah, there you are.
Not yet.
You're not audible yet.
No.
Yeah.
Not audible.
Nope.
So it looks like when you're on Google Meet, don't mute yourself. Just stay unmuted.
No, Coach. You'll have to probably log out and log in.
Log out, log in. Coach is showing that again. Just log out and log in and you're back.
You still show muted.
Yeah, you're muted, yeah. Yeah.
No. We were talking.
Yep.
Or use the mobile like Mike Murli used.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, maybe mobile might be better.
No, it's not audible.
No,
Kate.
not audible. Okay.
No, it's is it showing? No. I think Rajesh, can you?
In the meantime, I'm going to get Coach K into it. He's here.
Still he's muted.
No.
Yeah. It says
You're muted,
right?
Coach. Coach, you're muted. You're muted.
I think there's some trouble with his microphone, and I think it's not.
I think he cannot hear us also.
Coach, can you try logging in through your phone? Maybe that will work, or another device. It's got to do with the device.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, to on.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just give me a second. All right. Just give me a second. So let me get the bearings right.
Now it's clear.
Good to go.
All right. I think you can hear me now. Thank God.
Yes.
All right. Always we need some glitches to get excited. Rajesh, thank you so much for the introduction and also for giving me this opportunity to be part of Alert again and again. So this is a never-ending goal. Saving life personally means to me as a blessing or also privilege, right? If you can save a life, it's a blessing, it's a privilege. And of course, without further ado, I'd like to talk about this event. Of course, last year was when we started planning this session, the ALERTATHON as a global event. We thought that this is going to be a crazy idea, right? So we always had done this ALERTATHON as a physical event in Chennai. I like to run, I like to move, I like to see people, that energy that you see at the start line, energy that you see when people are running and then dashing into the finish line. Certainly, we're going to be missing the moment when the pandemic hit, and then we had the thought of going a virtual event. I wasn't very happy, but we had to connect with the ALERTATHON fans, alerts fans, but it also opened us a beautiful opportunity to go global, right? I don't think we would be, if you really see what ALERTATHON today, it's the last year it was the first ever virtual endurance event to saving lives, and this year it's continuing to be. It's not the first ever; it's actually the second time it's happening, but certainly the only virtual endurance event to save lives. So this year the challenge was very different. We wanted to do something. We need to match up with the standards, the experience that all the ALERTATHON fans and also alert fans had experienced last year. But the only thing is, we had to do everything with 23 days to go kind of a timeline. The goal looked very daunting, but of course, without the support of our voice ambassadors, we have close to about 40 voice ambassadors, and also all those wonderful souls who really understand and personally connect with the cause came into supporting us. You're probably right that Kala has got the numbers right. So we just got it's like this election results, right? So the registration is still open, still the numbers are coming. So I'm pretty happy to share some stats here. So let me put it up on the screen for the audience. The count as of today, as of now, it is 2,302 participants. All right. So this is just, we have 2 more days to go for ALERTATHON to happen. Tomorrow will be the day one in this campaign. We already have 2,300 people. For a change, we had 28 running and riding groups coming in and supporting 28 running and riding groups all across India. And also there is one group of runners from Singapore. It's fantastic to get that kind of support once again, like the last year. And we have 6 colleges and schools participating. It's again a fabulous support to see how the student community coming and joining, the teaching community coming and joining, because we heard everybody saying that the idea of saving lives, idea of first aid needs to be part of our education system. And I think that movement has already begun by seeing a lot of college students coming and participating. And then 2 corporate organizations pouring their support. And then we have participants from 6 different countries. So that's the stats so far in terms of the numbers. So it's actually a good number to start with. This is just the curtain raiser. We have 2 more days to go. And I know that there are a few other groups who are waiting for the opportunity to participate in the ALERTATHON event. Now, as far as the event window goes, that is tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So what is expected? So the biggest question is, okay, ALERTATHON, it's a virtual, you can run, you can ride, you can cycle. So we try to bring all the fitness and health enthusiasts into one single platform, that is ALERTATHON. So they have the beautiful opportunity to run anywhere, run any distance, not like a typical running event where you have to cross certain distance, half a kilometer, half a marathon or full marathon, or even in ultra marathons, we talk about certain distances which are beyond 50 kilometers. But for ALERTATHON is an event for a common man. Even those who are not those typical runners we generally talk about, who are not well trained, they can actually walk around their housing community. They can go to step out and walk in a park. It could be just 2 kilometers or 10 minutes of walking. The kilometer is just a number. It could be 10 minutes of walking just to stay connected with the thought. That's the whole idea of ALERTATHON. When you walk, you're running towards saving a life. When you walk, when you run, when you're running towards, when you cycle, you're actually cycling towards saving life. So this is really fabulous. This opportunity for everybody to come and participate is something that ALERTATHON has given. And then very important thing is the safety of runners, riders, walkers. I've also seen a lot of young children, school children participating this year. And it's also because last year paved the way that parents can accompany the children and then they can actually go for a walk and then talk about saving lives. It's a wonderful opportunity. So a sincere request from the team ALERTATHON that whoever is going to participate, whoever is going to go out, venture out to bike. I also know some people are talking about, I'm going to do 100 kilometers in the next 2 days. Okay, in terms of cycling 75, running 21, and then walking for just summing up to 100 kilometers. It's pretty amazing to see how the planning has already begun in hitting a 3-digit number to support for the cause of saving lives. So safety is absolutely important, especially those bikers, cyclists going on the roads and highways. Make sure that you're wearing the helmet, and safety is absolutely important. And at the same time, you're also having fun. How can you have fun without taking pictures? If you're a runner, cyclist, I don't need to teach you how to click pictures, how to click selfies, and share it on Instagram stories. And in fact, we have already shared the bib. I'm going to show the bib here. So the bib is already sent out to all those who have already registered. The bib doesn't have a bib number. It'll have your name, which says, I pledge my support to save lives. So the bib is already out, and we will try to send out the bib for the remaining participants who are coming after we sent out the mailer today. And of course, all the ALERTATHON participants, we request you to watch the Facebook page and Instagram page for updates. The next 2 days, we've got a lot of things scheduled. The first and foremost, the most important opportunity for you by participating in ALERTATHON, you're going to learn the first aid, the basic first aid modules. We've got 5 sessions planned. So watch our Facebook feed tomorrow by afternoon. You will start seeing those. It's a short 7 minutes video. Please involve your family members to watch, especially little children, to watch those videos. Very informative. It's a beautiful life skill that the children, every child should learn. And then we also have some sessions planned. One live session planned with Dr. Praveen Kumar in the evening. He's a famous orthopedic sports medicine doctor from Chennai. So we're going to have a live conversation. Last year, we generally spoke about the musculoskeletal system and how you train, how you prevent, how you also strengthen. But this time, the focus is going to be on cycling. Okay, so we're going to talk about cycling specific injuries, and how do you really strength train and condition your body. So that's going to be the focus. And there are also a few other sessions that Rajesh personally had with some of the thought leaders. They're going to be streamed. And then, of course, Sunday morning, it's all room for runners to go out, enjoy their long run, but don't forget to dial into the Alert NGO Instagram page. I'm going to be waiting to talk to the groups. Make some noise wherever you are. It doesn't matter. We are going to be connected through the Instagram live session. And then, of course, Sunday, we're not going to load you with a lot of activities. Very important thing, apart from this 5 learning modules which are going to be streamed, you will also get an opportunity to attend 2 live first aid training sessions. These training sessions are already scheduled. We've already sent out the invitation to all the participants. And if you have not received the invitations, so please write an email to alertathon@alert.ng. We'll be happy to help you. And then finally, any good start will also need a good ending. On Sunday evening, we're going to bring down the curtains. We will have a small alert gala ceremony. Of course, Mike has been the fabulous MC for us, and he's going to be there. Mike Monley is going to be there to help us connect with what really happened during the entire campaign and also the next 2 days. I'm very anxious. I can't wait to actually go out and run, even though it's only 7 o'clock in the evening. I want to start running. Okay, so I'm going to go. Anyway, I'm going to get back to you, Rajesh. Thank you so much. That's the update. I'm very happy that this campaign is, setting us new standards. Last year gave us close to about 3,300 participants. It's 70 days of campaign, and this time we have achieved close to 2,300. We're still counting in 23 days' time, and that cannot happen without people, without the supporters realizing the importance of this cause. Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Rajesh.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Coach. It's been a great update, and yes, 23 days. It's been a marathon within this 23 days. It's a little over half marathon, if I can call it, right? And one of the things I want to just draw our attention to, many of the viewers, as they logged in, they also were talking about something like an uniform V4 seemed to be in, right? And we could deliver this to people here in India. People who opted for it. But for our viewers today, I'm going to request Coach K to sort of, get on screen the launch video of the T-shirt and the medal that you would get at the end of this, for this wonderful pledge that you are making to save lives. Coach. Awesome. There you go. Awesome. And that's thanks to you. For many of you reached out to us and told us that this year too, the T-shirt has been well laid out. Thanks to our partners, supporters, people who designed. I'm going to mention all of them, but I just want to also say that thank you for when you love something, we want to give more of it to you. Right, so that's what we have attempted, and that every year ALERTATHON has been not leaving any leaf unturned to make that bring the best to you, right? And so I'm going to take a few minutes, and Coach very importantly said something. You just have no excuse not to be part of it, right? Some people say I can't do a 5, I can't do a 10. We are telling you, nadanda mattum porom, neenga vanda mattum porom, right? So you can just do a walk of a kilometer every day. There you are. See, my coach, our GVA here, who is a partner in crime along with me, is going to be doing exactly that, right? So, in fact, there was a question on, if there is a lockdown, what will we do? There was a time when we were moving only from one room to the other room, right? If you were still having the luxury to do that, you can still participate in ALERTATHON, right? You will be tracked, and your track will be meaning a lot to us as your pledge towards saving lives, right? So let me go round robin. Before I go round robin on what individuals' plans are for the next 2 days, it is also my proud privilege to let you know that tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. we are having a symbolic and a flag off kind of a ceremony. The whole thing will be launched for people who are starting off in India. Of course, it's going to be flagged off at the Anna University. Very, very pleased, and thanks to the Vice Chancellor of Anna University, Dr. Vail Raj, who is going to be flagging it off. And very thankful to our special guest tomorrow. We have Kaveri Hospitals being represented by Dr. Ayappan, the medical director, and also the district governor of RID 3232, Rotarian J. Sridhar, joining us tomorrow. In flagging this off, presided over, of course, by our chairman, to sort of set the ball roll so that we all can be set and get ourselves going, right? So that's for India, but then somebody here is going to get started even before that, and that's Nata. That's the advantage of being on the far right of the world, far east, right? So let me, yeah.
So I wanted to say, Robin, yeah, I'll be starting a little early also, like before the flag, I had to start early.
Yeah, in fact, you are the one who is setting the ball rolling for all of us.
Exactly, that's right. Absolutely. I'm going to start that one.
Yeah, yes. Fantastic. So with that, each one making their plans and reaching out to us, asking, you could always reach out to us, continue to reach out to us until the 12th of September. Leave us your message through the Facebook Messenger. We have people supporting you with any doubts that you have to sort of, as you pledge from wherever you are. So we are getting all set. In the meantime, I also want to acknowledge and thank all the sponsors who have supported us on this event Thanks to our associate sponsors, the Kaveri Hospital, Pavan Cybertech, the Radiant Group, Pillais Masala, and Foodstrong. And thanks to our partners without whom this wouldn't have been a reality. Thanks to our partners, K-Spit Academy, Social Pandit, to all the wonderful designs that you see coming, the creatives that you see that hitting your eye with all the bright, brilliant colors coming from Social Pandit, right? And the HStar platform that has made it possible for all of us to just join from wherever we are at the convenience of our place. Thanks to HStar and FFLR, the Rotarians, the fun and fitness loving Rotarians who have been a staunch pillar of support year on year. Fast enough supporting us with so many goodies and continues their support. Cotton Code, the T-shirt you're all getting. Thanks so much to Cotton Code for making this happen. And Sangeeta, of course, there's going to be a small a breakfast support that's going to come for a few of them who are going to be part of the symbolic launch ceremony tomorrow. Of course, we can't ship that all over the world. I'm going to request you all to help yourself with some munching, wonderful breakfast wherever you are. Don't miss the food after you all finish your endurance event. And thanks to our academic partners, Velammal Nexus, Sairam Group of Institutions, PSNA, Ethiraj College, and many others who have joined us, and our safety ambassadors, Schindler India Private Limited. With that, that sounds like a team, right? And
Rajesh, will also acknowledge the support that we have received from MyRace. So they've been our timing partner for the physical events. But this time, even on a virtual event, they came and supported us in swiftly sending all these e-bibs to all the participants. Of course, all the participants will also receive a certificate at the end of the event, participation certificates. That's also going to go from MyRace. And those who are participating in the virtual running, riding, or walking event through the HStar platform, your certificate with the actual mileage stats can be downloaded from the HStar platform next week.
Fantastic. That's very awesome, and look forward getting set. People who have not yet dusted your shoes, go ahead, get that done tonight, so that from tomorrow we are all on the road, hitting the streets, and either you walk, you run, or cycle, but just do anything, all three together, and pledge your support towards the cause of saving lives. Let's circulate. Let's shoot for a target. I'm going to put this across, Coach, without your permission. Last year we hit for 38,000 plus kilometers in all. Right. So why not? That should be our minimum target to reach. I hope so. But let's take that as a challenge and see if we can get that going.
Can we talk about your target, Rajesh?
Okay. Okay. Looks like I'm losing connection over here.
The good target would be to look at the per head average should go up, because if we are going to be a lesser number, I think still it will be a good achievement if the average per person goes up. And of course, I'm really very, very happy. Whatever questions you threw at anybody, Rajesh, all the voice global ambassadors, they spoke about the costs.
Absolutely.
I think if you ask any type of question, I think that is what I see as the takeaway from this curtain raiser. And definitely, I think this is only an event to connect all of us. But what's most important is the cost. We'll never keep that away from our mind. And of course, the fitness that we are all propagating will also help us live longer, safer, secure, and live a healthy and dignified life.
Absolutely. So rightly said, Mike. And I'm going to sort of bring that focus back to exactly that. And not just theoretically, but also just, recall a recent incident of one of our voices. And I say one of the volunteers in case of emergency here in Chennai, right here in Chennai on the OMR. This happened about 10, 12 days back. And there was a very bad accident. Somebody speeding down the road and hit a lady on the road. And then the bike was gone. But it just so happened that one of our volunteers in case of emergency was at the scene. And until the ambulance took about 15, 20 minutes, this guy turned out to be God to the lady, in sort of reading the scene, taking charge of the scene, talking to the lady very positively, reassuring, ensuring that, wherever she was badly bleeding, and he arrested the bleeding and ensured that there was a, bandage tied most correctly. And a police cop, very, very heartening to know that a cop came to the place. And then, once he inquired that, who are you and what are you doing here? And moment he introduced himself as a volunteer in case of emergency, all the support was given to him. It was like one, dream out of it was out of a scene out of a dream that we want this to happen in every street, in every single situation, right? Everywhere around the country, so that we don't lose lives. We don't lose lives because of lack of help. That being the louder cause, that being the louder message that Alertathon has so efficiently started serving. Look forward to the next 2 days with this very brief word curtain raiser and a proper and a formal flag off tomorrow morning. The stage is all set. Alertathon 2021 curtain raiser is up, and I'm going to probably just ask everybody here on the screen to give a thumbs up, and everybody out there, all the global voice ambassadors, to give a thumbs up to let the curtains above, so that the eve of the Alertathon has been well commemorated. And tomorrow being the World First Aid Day, all that Coach K spoke about in terms of what you will get as knowledge, awareness on the social media handles, please don't miss out any of that. I had the privilege of talking to some of the finest in the industry, some of the very senior doctors who are all there to give us 20 minutes bites. 20-minute, it's like a 20-minute capsule of things that you can go back and mull over and become those good Samaritans that we all ought to be, right? So with that, I'm going to draw this to a close and give ourselves a big thumbs up and wish ourselves for the next 2 days in commemoration of World First Aid Day. Alertathon 2021, the virtual and the world's only endurance event to save lives, is definitely on.
Thank you.
All the best to all of us. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Thank you.